This is Dr. Live with New Insight, and thank you so much for joining me in another video. There are certain lessons you can only learn through experience, heartbreak, mistakes, disappointment, growth, and self-reflection. And honestly, some lessons I wish I had learned much earlier in life because they would have saved me from so much anxiety, confusion, guilt, people pleasing, and emotional exhaustion. So, in today's video, I want to share these 7 lessons I wish I had learned earlier in life. Lessons about boundaries, self worth, communication, healing, and personal growth. These lessons are also valuable for building and maintaining healthy interpersonal relationships. Number 1, you cannot please everyone. One of the hardest lessons to accept is that you cannot make everyone happy. Trying to please everyone is faulty thinking and an unrealistic expectation. No matter how kind, thoughtful, loving, or accommodating you are, someone will still misunderstand you, disagree with you, dislike your choices, or be disappointed. And that's okay. When your self-worth becomes tied to keeping everyone happy, you start over-explaining, over-compromising, people-pleasing, and shrinking yourself just to avoid conflict or rejection. But peace does not come from pleasing everybody. Peace comes from being authentic, emotionally healthy, and aligned with your values. Number 2, someone else's emotions are not automatically your responsibility. Just because someone is upset, disappointed, angry, or frustrated does not automatically mean you've done something wrong. Sometimes people become upset when you assert yourself, when you set boundaries, when you say no, when you stop overgiving, when you no longer fit their expectations, or when you make choices they don't agree with. So don't let your default setting become, I'm the problem. I must have done something wrong. I need to fix this. That mindset can create anxiety, guilt, hypervigilance, and unhealthy relationship dynamics. You are not responsible for regulating someone else's emotions. And another lesson within this lesson is that you cannot fix people. You can provide support, validation, empathy, encouragement, and love. But people have to take accountability for their own healing, growth, and emotional work. Even in a parent-child relationship, there comes a point when children and teens must learn to regulate their own emotions and be held accountable for their own decision making. Number 3, having needs does not make you needy. Healthy relationships involve needs, wanting communication, reassurance, honesty, affection, consistency, respect, effort, emotional safety, or reciprocity does not make you too much. So many people minimize their needs because they fear rejection, abandonment, conflict, or being perceived as difficult. Or they feel that expressing their needs somehow discredits the good in their partner or the relationship. But it does not. Suppressing your needs doesn't create healthy relationships. Instead, it creates resentment, loneliness, confusion, and emotional disconnection. Your needs matter too. So the goal is not to become emotionally dependent on someone for your entire sense of security, but healthy interdependence where both people care about and consider each other's needs is normal and necessary. Number 4, be assertive. Advocate for yourself. I've learned that sometimes there is no perfect way to say something that guarantees another person won't get upset or offended. You can communicate respectfully, thoughtfully, honestly, and calmly, and someone may still not like what you have to say. And that does not mean you shouldn't say it. When I communicate my thoughts, feelings, concerns, or boundaries, my responsibility is to be honest, transparent, respectful, and mindful of my tone, words, and approach. But I cannot control how someone else interprets my words or reacts emotionally. I can clarify misunderstandings. I can be fair. I can be reasonable. And I can compromise when appropriate. But I cannot carry the responsibility of managing everyone else's emotions and reactions. So being assertive is not cruel, it's being clear. Number 5, build your own self esteem and self love. Don't build your self worth solely on external validation, not on relationships, money, status, appearance, success, not on social media approval, because external validation is unpredictable. If your identity depends entirely on outside approval, you'll constantly feel anxious, insecure, unfulfilled, and emotionally dependent on things that can change at any moment. True self esteem is built internally. It comes from self awareness, integrity, emotional maturity, self respect, boundaries, discipline, and learning to value yourself even when external validation is absent. Number 6, say less and do more. You do not always need a speech, a sermon, or a PowerPoint presentation. State your needs clearly, communicate directly, be patient, and give grace when appropriate. But also be willing to stand on business, because some people are manipulative, emotionally unhealthy, or toxic. They may rely on confusion, guilt, inconsistency, or emotional chaos to keep you stuck and emotionally entangled. And sometimes the strongest boundary is not another explanation, it's changed behavior, because actions speak louder than words. And it's true that people often learn how to treat you based on what you consistently allow, excuse, accept, and tolerate. Number 7, don't wait to feel like it. Yes, do plan wisely. Do your due diligence. Think things through. Use wisdom and discernment in your decision making. But do not assume that the right time is only when you feel completely ready, fearless, or confident. Sometimes growth requires action before comfort. So don't let fear keep you stuck. Don't let uncertainty keep you stuck. And don't let convenience, comfort, procrastination, or negative thinking patterns keep you stuck. Positive change requires movement. It requires being intentional, and it requires courage. Oftentimes, making your life different starts with you deciding to be different. And that doesn't mean abandoning yourself or becoming disingenuous. It does mean having the courage to challenge unhealthy habits, impulsive decisions, limiting beliefs, and patterns that have repeatedly proven to be counterproductive. So understand that growth often begins the moment you stop waiting for perfect feelings and start making intentional choices. I hope these lessons have encouraged you, challenged you, or have given you something meaningful to reflect on. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.